Hello again, friends. How are you guys doing? You hanging out well? I'm enjoying myself, getting some fat stacks, some big cash here. This is it, man. This is the dream right here. Turning my corrupted gauntlet efforts into raw GP, the gold points, the Gillinar pieces. Delicious. So today I would like to talk about ChatGPT, human creativity, and tool-assisted speedruns. So, as many of you nerds may know, AI is coming, and it's going to revolutionize a number of things, and one of them is going to be video games and speedrunning in general. Once AI starts creating strategies for video games, I think the age of humans developing things or playing video games at the highest level is over. I think going forward, the only strategies will be created by computers, and it'll be done through numerous simulations. So the computer will be given you'll give your neural network its task of speedrun this Mario game as fast as humanly possible, and it will develop strategies and, run X billion iterations and compare and contrast until it has the perfect speed and the perfect task. And so you can compare that, though, to a lot of the other things in humanity that are about to be replaced shortly by artificial intelligence. One of them being humans in general, maybe. I have no mouth and I must need, as one would say, but we won't talk about that for now. We'll ignore that bit. But so what is this going to mean for us gamers, right? Us little roly-poly gamey boys, the little friends with our chicken tendies. For us, it means that, at least for video game strategy and playing games at a high level, we're going to have to start developing strategies based on AI and incorporating an AI toolset into video games. We're not quite there yet. Certainly we don't have general artificial intelligence, and the video game artificial intelligence is going to occur well before general artificial intelligence. It's entirely possible to feasibly make ChatGPT or something be able to play, Super Mario Bros. Or whatever, and then run enough iterations to where it can create tasks that are simply unbelievable to the average person, and then you can take it as, a task creator and make it look entertaining by adding a whole bunch of random stuff to it, right? With all the key perfect inputs, but, we're going to go well beyond what humans are capable of as far as speedrunning goes, and that's just one industry that this is going to revolutionize, but one that I think is going to be very interesting. For instance, we just look at a game like RuneScape, right? You have 0.6 seconds where a human cannot possibly, perfectly tick flick everything, never use a prayer potion, whereas the AI can, and the AI may very well realistically do that. We don't know what the future holds, but it's entirely possible. There's already, PvP bots in RuneScape, and, once you start setting, let's say a neural network into RuneScape PvP, and it starts developing its own strategies, it could change the game, sort of chess. Just imagine it, except, chess as a real-time strategy against someone that can think at that speed, who can literally, prey flick you as you're switching on the same tick. There's no delay in its ability to input and, think through things. So human beings are pretty much done as far as inventing things as well. Human creativity, I think, ends very soon. I think the idea of, besides generating things that you personally value, the idea of being a creator, especially a content creator, is going to go away too. The AI is not just coming for programming, art, and all of these other fields. It's going for any creative industry soon. So, in the future, I can imagine your YouTube feed is AI generated by something, and your content creators are AI generated specifically to your taste. And then going forwards, once, this hits the public market, or, someone makes GNU Chat GPT or whatever, you can then design your own, AI, have it train it, and then have it create content that you would enjoy specifically. The same goes for lurid content, and, it'll destroy the adult industry. Women will have to figure something else out. Guys will too. It's going to be a complete reshaping of society in the name of AI, which I'm pretty excited about. And so, but for the important things, how is this going to impact video games, right? So I imagine that going forward, it's going to be better to train an AI robot to play a video game you want to get good at, and then steal the strategies from it, than to actually play the game and get good at it. You can certainly practice the game while you're, training the AI robot to be able to play it for you, and then you simply just steal its strategies, right? And it's going to happen for a number of sort of things. Just imagine Wook's walking, right? Now, what could an AI that can perfectly predict ticks and math everything out come up with? What sort of cycles could it develop? Like, who knows really? Like, it could revolutionize a lot of things. And sure, RuneScape's a very simple game, but so is chess. And look at what AI does in chess. The computer calculations, and then you factor in some sort of supercomputer hyper generalized AI. Like, it's over. It's heckin' over for human beings, and I for one am pleased. I don't like human beings to begin with, so this is only a positive as far as I go. It's going to increase the skill level and the potential skill ceiling of video games. It's going to, really make you have to think about video games in a new light. And I love thinking. I've got my thinking cap on. I sit and, just chat at the wall for half an hour a day because that's just how I am. And, I actually should talk about why I do that too. When I was a child, actually, I was homeschooled and pretty isolated. So I lost my voice once because your throat muscles are muscles, right? And if you don't use them for a long enough period, they stop working. So I had just sat in silence for so long that, my voice went and I couldn't actually speak until I retrained it. And that was unique. So since then I've always, you learn lessons in life, so I always at least try and chat to my monitor or just out loud for like 30 minutes a day just to keep those vocal cords nice and healthy. Sorry, I just had gochujang curry I made actually, and it's really spicy. My mouth is still watering because it's so delicious. But yeah, yum yum. Highly recommend you take your curry and then just, if you like spicy stuff, just throw in some gochujang and then just serve it on rice like you would any other curry, and wow, that has some flavor in it, man. That is flavorful. We're talking full mouth on flavor. Umami as heck. But yeah, back to AI. Anyways, speaking of AI, it's going to revolutionize recipes. Like, if you've ever tried to browse recipe websites, they're the most horrible thing in the universe. Like, I don't know how anyone finds or uses a recipe website and enjoys the experience. I certainly don't. Base.cooking, by the way, from Luke from G. If you haven't seen it, based.cooking, go there. Much better. He's already ranted about that and has an excellent place. So if you haven't browsed it or submitted your own GNU recipes, feel free. They're very good. Sorry, the nerd in me is coming out. I try and hide that element since I don't want to like flood people with tech garbage, but I did work in tech before I retired, so it is me. That's a part of me, but it's the less interesting part. Maybe I'll make some videos about strategies about that and all later, but for now I still have a lot of social issues that I want to talk about. I have so much I need to talk about and such little time. It's a shame. I might start double uploading videos twice a day, but that feels excessive already since no one watches this stuff anyways. Why would they? But it's more for me than it is for you. Let's be clear here. That's how this relationships work, my dear friend. But yeah, hopefully things work out. And so in the future, AI is going to basically revolutionize the way we play video games and how we play video games. And it's going to be, very difficult to tell like an average good player from an AI because, for instance, for RuneScape, you can boil this down to something that's, more close to resembling like tick perfect, right? So, we've seen what like a tick perfect Inferno is, but I wonder what a TAS, neural networked Inferno would look like. Just to give you guys an example of something interesting to think about. Like, what kind of strategies could the computer think of, and you can give it some data sets like, what the current Inferno speedrun records are. I'm an Iron Man these days, so, and I only did the Inferno once for my cape, but just to give you an idea of, like, what's possible. Like, speedrunning the Inferno was after I kind of got bored of the game, so for me, definitely something I should have gotten into, but I never did, and I definitely, if I was still playing a main, would be into that these days, but, for instance, I would be looking towards the AI to develop strategies for, like, an Inferno speedrun, and how it would, what type of gear, what does it value as far as the most speed goes, right? And I would just let it play out the simulation of the Inferno like X billion times and see, what sort of times it can come up with and how does it accomplish that. How much faster is it going to be than what humans do, And that to me is an interesting facet, and it's like everyone now is a scientist, right? That's the actual conclusion of all of this, is that AI has removed scientists from science. Everyone now is a scientist with artificial intelligence, basically. You have at your disposal the ability to do experiments like you could never imagine before in human history, and that's so revolutionary and so interesting to me. And I just can't wait for this to hit the general market, dude. I am so excited about the AI overlords. And yeah, maybe it'll kill us all. So be it. I'll accept that. I don't like people that much anyway, so if the AI will do my job for us, you know, all the better. I don't have to worry about destroying humanity myself. That's a joke, glowies. FBI agents, I am not a threat. Everything I say is satire. I don't intend to ever do anything. Leave me alone. And with that, friends, you have a lovely day. Peace.